everybody, it's the Chronicles of Kier. As you all know by now, I went to the Baltimore Comic Con this weekend. Had a wonderful time, great time. Picked up some beautiful items. But besides that, I met some really wonderful people at the show. And I think besides, the wonderful panels that they have and the artists that they have there and all the merchandise that you could pick up, it's also nice, how can I put it, to meet other people that are into what you're into. It's sort of like a brotherhood. For those of you who have never been to a con before and you're into this pop culture type of stuff, collecting comic books, movies, video gaming, toys, what have you, try your best to go. If there's one near your city, near your town, or in your town, make the effort to go. It's awesome, I'm telling you. And like I said, getting back on subject, it's just wonderful, the camaraderie that's in the atmosphere, that everybody's here for the same reason, the same stuff that you're here for is beautiful. So, I wanted to give a few people shout outs here that I met over the weekend, some wonderful people. And the first person is Luke of New Zealand. Luke, I had a wonderful time talking to you, my man. Very, very funny guy. I wish you the best. And like I said, we're going to keep in contact. I wish you a safe trip back to New Zealand and enjoy the rest of your stay here in the States. Luke is from New Zealand. He's on his way to another con, I believe. He's taking a 3-day bus trip over to Auckland and then a flight back over to New Zealand. So he was telling me about all the cons that he has over in his country and everything like that. I believe his con was called Armageddon, which he said it happens 3 times a year. But compared to our cons here in the States, there's not much of a variety, from what he was telling me. They do have artists that come from the States over to his country to meet and greet with fans there, but it's nothing like what we have here. So he was here to seek out our cons and stuff like that, and I saw him at the end of the show yesterday, and he had a very good time. He met everybody who he wanted to meet, got his sketches and everything, so thumbs up to you, Luke. Keep doing what you're doing, my man. I'll be in contact. Next guy, Joseph Pham, actually. Of Seattle, Washington, I believe he was from, but he's in Charleston now. Another great guy. Pham, Joe, I appreciate everything you did for me, man. Especially taking me over to see Stan Sakai. Make a long story short, this Saturday, when I had first got to the con, the first thing I wanted to do was seek out Stan Sakai. You've guys seen in my other videos, he's one of my favorite artists that has created Usagi Yojimbo. And supposedly, according to the program, the map that came in the program for the con, he was supposed to be up against the wall in section 2301. Well, me and my girlfriend walked up against that wall all day long and we didn't see any sign of Stan anywhere. So I ran into Joe, which is another guy that I had met in line earlier that morning when we all lined up to get our tickets. And, we got to talking and stuff and, how's your con experience going so far and everything like that. And I told him, I says, I still can't find Stan Sakai. He says, are you kidding me? He says, you suck so bad. He said, I've seen him several times already. He said, come on, follow me. So I'm cracking up like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I said, Joe, they told me that he was up against the wall. He says, no, he's not up against the wall. He's over here in the middle of the floor, facing this way. So we're walking around. Finally, he leads me up to the table. He says, here you go. Here's Stan Sakai. I said, Joe, thank you so much, man. I said, I appreciate it. So I felt so stupid. I said, but everybody around here told me that Stan was up against the wall. He wasn't up against the wall. He was in the middle of the floor. So, Joe, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. I had a very wonderful time talking to you two. You're a real class act. Joe went and got me and my girlfriend programs early that morning. We couldn't find programs for the show, so he went out of his way to get both of us programs. So, Joe, thank you very much, man. I'm definitely keeping in contact with you also. I got your card. I got your Facebook page. So I'm definitely keeping in contact with you, man. Next person is Misti of Third Eye Comics out of Annapolis, Maryland. Misti, you are a sweetheart. I appreciate everything you did for me. I had a wonderful time talking to you also about the Ninja Turtles. Remember what I said, there's a new movie coming up 2011, so if you can remember this, go to the website, get all the information you can off of it, and go see the movie. Misty was out helping Third Eye Comics at the Baltimore Comic Con this weekend. She was running the stand there, and we had gotten into a conversation about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is my ultimate favorite all-time anything. I had my shirt on that said "Turtly Awesome," and it was the old school Turtles on the front, and she noticed it, and just like that, we hit it off and started talking about Turtle this, Turtle that. And when I went back Sunday, I was walking and I heard somebody say, "Hey," and I saw somebody waving like, "Who is that?" I was like, "Oh, hey, it's Misty, girl I was talking to about the Ninja Turtles." So we were talking again, and I asked her, how things were going, for her that day in the show and stuff like that. And she said business was pretty good. And I told her that I had a very good time. I met who I wanted to meet, and I was, kind of tying loose ends up now and getting ready to go home. And told her to also keep in contact. And she said if I'm ever in Annapolis, Maryland, which I usually pass through on the way to my parents' house in Virginia, to stop in and see them sometime. So, Misty, I promise you, I definitely will stop in Annapolis there at Third Eye Comics. Anybody who's in the Annapolis area, the immediate area, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, whatever, make sure you stop into Third Eye Comics. Guys sell a lot of novelties, toys, comics, and back issue comics and stuff like that. Great people. Check them out. Go in there and see them. All right? And I think that's about it. That's about it. So like I said, I just wanted to give everybody that I met this weekend a shout out. You guys are awesome. And I'll be definitely keeping in contact, all right? All right, guys, so I'm going to cut this video here. And that'll be it, all right? So long, guys.